What's going on, guys? I'm just doing a little live stream, playing Spider Man while talking Spider Man 2. So, what y'all got going on? And live streams are open. Hold on. Hold on one second. So, any guests is welcome. Let's talk about Spider Man 2 since it's coming out next Friday. I'll probably do a little bit more on it Saturday. Friday, we got all the Spider-Man live action versus each other Friday, but Saturday we'll talk about Spider-Man 2 as well, but just a little heads on topic. Hey, if you want to join the live stream guest thing is open, so be more than welcome to join. So I'm going to send an invite. Hold on one second. Send. There we go. It should be coming.
Yeah,
You hear me?
I ain't trying to hear you.
You kind of hear me?
I ain't trying to hear you.
Ain't trying to hear me.
You ain't no woman. So
Okay.
what's your cup of tea?
What you mean?
I'm into women.
I am bi, so
Yeah, that's not my cup of tea.
well then it's cool. Weirdos in the chat, bro. I thought that was typical gamer first. Is that typical? Was that you, bro? Hold on. That was weird. What? That was weird. I thought that was you for a second. I'm like, what the hell? Hold on. All right, so hold on a second. Hold on. I must have sent. Okay, hold on. Invite. Hopefully this one gets. That was so weird. I thought for a second that was you for a second. I'm like, that's a weird question.
Yo, I just that was not me. That was not me.
Yo, I was just like, I'm playing Spider Man. I'm like, cause I was
Dude, I was
expecting it to be you, and I'm like, wondering for a question, and I'm like, what? What?
bro, that was not me.
That was weird.
That was that was an exchange dialogue right there. That one was fun. I'm sorry. Sorry, I have to laugh. By the way, same. On the Bybit, same.
So anyway,
But I had this theory,
all right.
and we kind of touched on it in that last live.
Uh huh.
I think that Gwen Stacy's gonna enter the story, but for Miles, and not Peter. And Miles is gonna end up losing her.
In one game,
Yep.
I don't know. 'Cause you got that Death Girl angle too.
True. But I feel like they could just as easily just kind of wipe her out of the story.
True. I mean, kind of like we were talking about the last live stream, like you mentioned. I mean, should we go for a Gwen Stacy from the old original comic book run, or are we talking? We try to integrate because see, here's the thing: because Miles is technically from another universe, and you can play. I mean, they could. It was more easier to do it with the game because there's Ultimate Spider-Man than Miles. So I mean, if they really wanted to bring in Gwen Stacy as Spider Gwen, possibly.
I feel like if they did bring in Gwen Stacy, it would be as like no powered Gwen Stacy.
But just imagine though, Spider-Man 3, you get to play 3 Spider-Man. Oh, two Spider-Man, Spider-Woman.
That'd be good. You know what else I hope happens in this new game?
What's that?
I need to see the end of Screwball.
No. No.
They got to
Thoughts on
get
the
her out of here,
Wolverine?
man. And it
All
needs
right.
to be brutal. And it needs to be in front of everybody.
Yeah. That would be crazy.
No
Thoughts
more of
on
those Screwball quests. And
man? No. No. I thought I was done within the main game, and then she showed up in the 3 of the DLCs. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
all 3 DLCs. And if you wanted to 100% the game, you had to get a great or higher.
Look,
Which
I
looks
didn't like her in the
spectacular.
comics. I didn't like her in the game. I didn't like her.
I didn't like her, period.
But yeah, is there going to be a possible DLC? They have confirmed there's going to be not DLC, but there will be additional content coming in December.
They better do it like the last game. We got 3 DLCs that came out within like a month and a half of each other.
I'm
Because
not
that
really
kept the
sure on that
game.
one. Because the reason why we even got 3 DLCs is because they made the game so big and story wise that they had to cut it down, and they put those as the DLC.
Oh yeah, that whole story was worth a game.
Yeah.
Like those 3 DLCs together was probably as long as Miles Morales.
See, someone said thoughts on the Wolverine. Well, here's the thing. I think they're going to try to go for their own version of what's it called? That Spider-Man game that came out with the whole New York City was covered in venom and had venom zombies and whatnot.
I know there was a lot of people saying this isn't gonna happen, but I want Wolverine to make a cameo. Did you play the Ultimate Spider-Man game that was for
I
like
did.
PlayStation 2?
I did.
Do you remember that bar fight with Wolverine and Venom?
Yeah, that was epic.
If that's in the game, I will cry.
Well, the Web of Shadows has Wolverine in there too, so I'm thinking what they're probably going to try to go for is the Web of Shadows angle, if they do it. But
Yeah, Miles Morales was shorter. Miles Morales was a 6-hour game, while the original game was 24 hours.
yo, man, I'm just I'm ready. I'm so ready for the game.
Actually, hold up.
But yeah, Miles. See, and here's the thing. I'm more excited for. Let's see. Hold on one second. I'm excited for. Yeah, I don't think we're getting DLC. I think we're just going to get additional content because that was confirmed in the game files. And also, yeah, I mean,
I just gave it to Google.
mhm.
So the first game was 24 hours long. Miles Morales was 6 hours long.
Yeah.
This game is 35 hours long.
Yeah, it's like right because if you compare it to the Arkham games, it's like above, a little bit above Arkham Knight, a little bit story wise. But yeah, but that's just the story. That's not including the additional content that's coming, and
Gotta love it.
and then the side games and all that other stuff.
I think I beat the original game in 2 days.
Yeah, I beat well. You mean full completion or just like the story?
Full completion, 2
Full
days.
Yeah,
It came out on a Friday. I had the weekend. I blared through that.
yeah, I did the main game like that, but then the DLC came, and then I completed those as well when they
I
came.
think the hardest DLC for me was the first one. I don't know why, but the first one kicked my ass.
Yeah, because they stepped up the henchmen.
Yeah, especially if you were playing on the hardest difficulty.
Uh-huh. Which
Dude,
gets me excited for the new game because 'cause that was the biggest complaint out of the first game is the henchmen and even the boss fights weren't really that much to talk about.
What you mean? Not really that much. Scorpion was giving me stress lines, and Otto at the end of the game had me questioning reality.
What you talking about? You know at the end, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Otto was whooping me.
Yeah.
In the last Hammerhead boss fight, I was I was gripping that controller with a rage.
So, do you think in the new game, are we going to see Miles and Peter fight?
They're definitely leading up to that.
You
Because
imagine how divided the Spider fandom would be.
sadly, I don't think I like where that division is gonna be. But like, you can see it in the logo. It has Miles Lightning zapping away Venom, and you see in the state of play gameplay trailer that they gave us, you
Yeah.
see Peter kind of acting cold towards Miles, and Miles just kind of staring him down. And it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to play as Miles, and we're gonna have to beat the suit off of him.
Yeah.
I wonder what that's gonna look like, fighting another spider individual.
Well, I mean, we're going to be able to have them because during like just casual gameplay, Miles can show up at any time, or if you're playing Miles, Peter can show up anytime to help you out.
I almost completely forgot about this, but that boy Tone, you mentioned a Carnage DLC. I think they might allude to Carnage, but something that I did know that kind of got leaked was Anti Venom.
Yeah, I was about to say that in time.
Yep, because they leaked some of the trophy names and what you had to do to get them.
Which kind of interests me where they're going to go with that, especially with the Martin Lee going to be in the game again, which is kind of tie into that comic book run, the big time Spider-Man game right after One More Day.
Do you remember in the trailer where it's like Miles facing an out of prison Martin Lee who looks shaggy?
Dude, I'm ready for that. I'm ready
Yep.
for that back and forth.
I feel like it's gonna be Martin Lee trying to come back to being a good person, and instead of being an accident that he makes the anti venom, he does it on purpose.
Well, I think there is a theory that the prison breakout, which is going to have Martin Lee in there, is going to be in the beginning of the game, kind of like the Kingpin thing. I've heard theories about that.
That'd be good, but I feel like it's gonna start with the lizard. I don't know why. I feel like he feels like an opener.
Well, because if you pay there, I don't know if you saw. There's a little scene they released with Miles and his mother, and they're having this conversation, and how he's kind of like wanting to hunt down Martin Lee. Apparently, he's out there roaming the streets.
Oh,
So some
no,
point,
I haven't seen that clip.
so it has to be at some point. Not that it's not a spoiler because it was released by Insomniac, so it wasn't a leak, but. Because, oh my gosh, people are getting on my ass about it. I showed one photo of Venom that's already been in the trailers, and a couple of people were like, "You're spoiling the game." I'm like, "No, I'm not, bro."
I like I look at them and I'd be like, I can't spoil the game any more than the creators want us to have spoiled it. Like this is a sneak peek, not a spoiler. There's a big difference.
Yeah, well, yeah, because Craven, I believe Venom and Craven will be technically the first time Spider-Man is introduced to him in the game, because Lizard is been around in the Spider-Man lore of the game, I believe. Because if you collect all the book bag collectibles in the first game, they allude to him and Lizard having a confrontation. But I
You're
believe,
on right now, right?
hmm,
You're on right now, right?
what the game?
Yeah. Are you able
Yeah,
to see the collectible?
yeah. It's let's see, backpacks.
I'm currently waiting for my tester for a game to go in.
Mm, let's see, I think it's
I'm just waiting for that to load up and then I'm gonna get on there.
I think it's the hygiene. I think it's the antidote they had. Let me see. Yo, there's a lot of this. Oh yeah, let's see what's going on. Invite. Let me try not to have that weirdo on here again. That was
Torin, to what you're saying, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel you. I kind of feel you. I see the suits, and like, I gotta admit, they aren't as hard as in the first game. Like, yeah, there's a lot more variety, but like, they should have brought back some of the suits from the first game.
Well, they bring in Amazing Spider-Man too.
That I guess is like the one suit I'm excited for, but I wish they had brought back like the Miguel suit.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe even swapped up some of Miles and Peter's. Like gave Peter some of Miles and gave Miles some of Peter's.
Oh no, I can already tell the TikTok videos. The weirdo is going to start making a video about that.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine the complaining.
Yo, also there's a theory, which reminds me. I think Sandman must show up in Spider-Man 2 as well.
Oh yep, because of the bag tool. By the way, I hate how they mentioned Sandman is real. Peter has fought Sandman. We just don't get to see it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the thing from the collectible. Has Peter literally bottled him up into a little thing forever.
Dude, if Sandman gets out and he kills somebody, I'm not even going to be angry. Because if you kept me in your crusty backpack
yeah, I'm
for
going.
what, 8 years?
Mm.
I'd be feeling a little murderous too.
Yeah, I'd be going nuts. I'm trying to find the. Let's see, college thesis. This might be.
Ooh, 11 days? Damn, we really only 11 days away? That's wonky to think about.
Well, I believe Friday you could start doing the pre-download process for the game.
On the 13th, you can start doing the download.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. Research.
What are people saying in the comments that I just got a notification that the comments are being filtered?
Don't even get me started. I got literally last week, and I was on one of my friends' lives, and I literally said nothing. I didn't say nothing, and I got suspended for about 10 to 13 days. And
Jesus.
And I appealed it, but they said because I misinterpreted gender or something like that. I'm like, what?
I'd be like, I wasn't even talking to anybody.
It's the whole system is whack.
Yeah, dude, TikTok is
like,
messed up. But
how
that could
that
be
even
its
like a
own
bannable offense.
Yeah.
Torin,
Like
Torin,
like not even criticizing anyone. You just get banned.
I wouldn't even
Torin,
say anything though. I just
in the
can't.
comments, bro, if you mention Screwball again, I'm gonna need you to get up out of here.
I'm telling you something, man. That's the only complaint I'm gonna have about the game if Screwball shows up.
Well, no, I have one more complaint, and people might get on me for this one, but I can't do another MJ mission, man.
I can accept it if they do, like, they flip it like a horror, kind of like the Friday the 13th game where Peter's going absolute bananas in his freaking black suit, like he's going like he's doing now in the Spider-Man comics right now.
Dude, in the comics right now, he is going psychotic. Dude, Paul better count his minutes. Cause they all he got left. He better take some deep breaths in and out, cause they the last he gonna be taking.
I mean, I don't mind MJ missions. It's like it's more okay. Yeah, it gets annoying, but if they play it to where it's like she's trying to get something or trying to get away because Peter's absolutely just going full on evil mode, like beast mode in his black suit, and yeah, which they kind of hint at in the trailers.
For me, it's kind of like it kind of slows down the game, and then most of the time in the first game, like right after an MJ mission, then you do like the same stealth thing with Spider-Man. It's like why?
Yeah.
To be fair, I do kind of like the stealth missions as Peter.
Yeah, like it was actually fun.
Actually,
You
I
can
like them
actually
more
do
with
stuff.
Miles, though. They are better with Miles, because invisible.
Oh, I see it. I found it. Dr. Connor. Yep. So
Does it mention the lizard or just Dr. Connors? Because it matters.
it's the thing he uses to create a DNA. He takes his blood so he can create a DNA to reverse the lizard side effect. So he's like in his, because they hint at it in the first gameplay when we first got it back in May, is that he was shedding. So the original lizard is kind of like what we see in like in the comics, and in the animated '90s show, and then I'm guessing something happens to where he's becoming more enhanced and he starts to shed and becomes more of the beast monster like lizard that we see later in the game. But because it's kind of like the same thing they're doing, like what they did with Electro and all the other villains in the first one. But I also know we're getting Mysterio and Sandman, and also what's it called, Wraith. What's her name?
Yep.
Yep.
We're going to see Yuri come back.
Yo, everybody going crazy in this game, bro.
Yeah, man. Everybody from the first game is coming back, and they're trying to get it back in blood.
So, do you think we'll ever see a Eddie in this game?
No. I think it's really just going to be Harry. It's just going to be Harry.
So do you think we'll see Red Goblin in this game?
Red Goblin?
Red Goblin.
Maybe a Black Goblin.
You know what Red Goblin is, right?
Yeah.
Carnage and Goblin mixed together.
I have never seen Peter that far on the edge besides maybe like Morlun.
I'm thinking third game. If they continue the symbiote stuff.
Oh, if they continue, then yeah, we're probably going to see like a Red Goblin end of game boss.
Do you think we'll see Green Goblin in this game then?
Probably, yeah. Because we see the mask.
Yeah.
Well, as I was kind of hating on before, in an MJ mission.
Yo, that actually makes sense. That actually makes perfect sense. I'm thinking Harry's Venom. I think they're trying to play with our minds. I think Harry will be Venom, then he doesn't survive, and then Norman goes crazy, and he becomes the Goblin, and then that sets up the third game. I think that's where they'll go with it, and maybe bring Carnage into that, and then we really can get crazy. Yep.
Hey man, thanks for having me, but I'm gonna have to head out for a little bit. If you're still live, I will come back.
Probably be off about an hour.
All right, I'll probably be back.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later, man. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
See you, man.
See you.
See you, man.
Now, bro, tell me if I'm tripping, but like, here's my kind of take on where the story might go. So, like, imagine the beginning of the game. Harry gets out. He's Venom, and then, like you said, Harry doesn't survive the encounter, and then Norman becomes the Green Goblin, and then from the encounter of whatever Spider-Man with the both Spider-Mans and Venom, like they fight. Harry doesn't survive. That's where Peter gets the symbiote. We see him changing in the trailer, fight Kraven. Miles helps Peter get the symbiote off. And then what if the Venom we see in the trailer is Kraven with the suit, or Kraven with the symbiote? And then the final battle, they defeat Kraven, the symbiote goes away, and post-credit scene, Eddie Brock gets the symbiote.
Oh, that'd be crazy. I would love to fight Kraven in the Venom suit. Yeah. I hope if they do that, I hope the boss battle is not easy at all. Like I want it tough. Like it's just like.
Yeah, like a type of the type of boss fight where you get pissed off and have to give it a break.
Well, because if you see the white emblem on his Venom, so Venom would have to been on Spider-Man first before it gets to anybody else.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it has to be somebody. It has to be Craven or I don't. I just don't see Harry being the main, the final Venom in the game. Like, or it can be Martin Lee.
That's true.
Could be Martin Lee. They could play that with
Well,
Miles.
that kind of make a really overpowered Venom, wouldn't it, with the negative ability?
Yeah, that's what I think because he got anti-venom in that game too. So maybe this possibly they'll go with that, but I'm not sure. It's so many possibilities. So many possibilities. But yeah. But someone was saying they never. What's the story with the Black Spider-Man? Well, with the Red Goblin is basically it. I think it took place after Secret Wars or before Secret Wars. I believe it was after Secret Wars or before. It was in 2015, and basically Carnage, the symbiote Carnage, not Cletus, but the actual symbiote itself, made a deal with Norman and attached himself to Norman, and basically he goes ballistic in New York City. It takes Miles and a couple of the Avengers. Also takes Agent Venom, which is Flash Thompson as Venom, and I'm not going to spoil what happens to him. And basically, yeah, it's a great Spider. It's one of probably the last great Spider-Man stories before the 2018 came around. I personally love it. I encourage anyone to go read that. It's really good. Yeah. So the Black Guy, I don't see. That's an older story. I don't think they'll go with that one because it really has no relevancy to the story itself when it comes to Spider-Man 2 and where they're going with it. A lot of it is, inspired from the 80s and some of the movies too. And if they take some ideas from the Ultimate Comics, maybe that as well. But yeah, it's going to be peak. Well, I mean, if you the games this year haven't been really, that. I mean, yeah, you had Jedi. What was it? Last Jedi.
Jedi Survivor?
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was fine. It just had a good story, but I don't know. It just wasn't memorable for me, compared to the first one. And then you had Hogwarts, which that was just a controversial mess. And even it was fun, but it was just too controversial. That really hurt the game's popularity and everything. But someone mentioned earlier in the live chat, yeah, I'm super excited for Wolverine. I think he might show up in Spider-Man 2 because he does a couple of times in the story, like the past Spider-Man games that featured like some of the symbiote stuff had Wolverine in it, like Web of Shadows and also Ultimate Spider-Man. But I don't know if we just get a simple scene of like a post-credit scene of whoever has the Venom suit, he shows up at the bar and Wolverine just sitting there chugging away his beer, and then they had to get into a brawl in the beer, and yeah, the whole bar goes crazy. Sorry, I'm kind of like focusing fighting crime right now. I'm getting my ass handed to me. All right, I need to go. All right, let's see. Stay down. That's it, right? Please be it. Please be it. Okay, cool. Someone leaked the suits. Yeah, it's not all the suits. It's a good majority of them. A lot of them are just some we are already predicted already. A lot of them are just not every suit will have a different version to it. Like I believe Spider-Man Noir won't have different versions to it. I believe not. I don't know. I have to make. I'm not sure on that. But I posted it on my TikTok. If you pay attention to like some of the suits, they have 4 dots indicating different versions of the suit. But which I mean, it's still cool. I still like it. Look, the only thing I really was wanting out of that game was the comic book. I noticed they had the symbiote suit that was inspired from the 90s, especially the animated series. Some of it was inspired from the Ultimate series, and they got the Sam Raimi symbiote suit, and then they got the in Zombiac one, but no love to the Spectacular Spider-Man though. Maybe we'll get that in the next game, or maybe it'll be additional content because that might be coming. That's coming out in December. I do know that if you purchase the deluxe edition, you'll get to have those suits, which really weren't anything, but you can't earn them in the game though, unlike the first game. But yeah, I think it is in the game. The Homecoming suit, I believe I saw it. Pretty sure they only said only most popular suits from the last game are coming back. Yeah, it's only the popular ones, but some of them have different versions to them. Some don't. But yeah, there is technically a Superior Spider-Man suit in there. It's a different version of the. I can't remember what suit it was. I had to look at it when it comes out. But there's so much that you can go crazy with it. And you can customize it to your own liking too. So I think in the third game they'll probably go really crazy with it and be like, you know what, you can customize it the way you want. Kind of like how they're doing with the computer consoles. Did I just say computer consoles? But yeah. Yo. If y'all were around earlier, I had a weird creepo pop up in the live stream. He was creepy. I'm going to use this as an episode for the Cinema Fans podcast. I had to cut that out. That was so weird.
What happened?
What?
What happened with that dude?
Were you around for that?
No, I just joined like right before you invited me on.
Okay, so you know the typical guy that was in here earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was trying to get on here on live, and I thought it was him when I accepted it. And it showed up some other random guy. He had no shirt on. It was kind of like half his face. And he asked me, like, what am I into? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, are you straight or whatnot? I'm like, 'cause I thought it was typical gamer, whoever it was. And I was like, that's a weird question to ask. And then I said, what I like, and he was like, well, that's not something I'm into. And then he just left. And I'm like, that was the weirdest. I don't know what to say, what to call that. It was just.
Trying to rig you up on live, bro.
Nah, I ain't trying to go. Nah, this ain't this. Nah. Jesus, I'm getting my ass handed to me in this game, bro. I tried to do a live stream on the game, but TikTok is a, you know what? Yeah. Invite. So, what's any more theories y'all got for Spider-Man 2? No, we're not talking spoilers. I mean, don't have any spoilers. We're just going off of what we know so far through trailers, TV spots, and released from Insomniac. The only thing we did mention was the leaks, which not the story, but like not really leaks. I mean, yeah, the leak suits, but that's not really a leak to be honest. But it has nothing to do with the story so far. But I did post a photo earlier of Venom, which we've seen already in the trailers and TV spots, and someone was like, "You're spoiling the game." I'm like, no, I'm not, bro. Why can't these guys just go? That dude just said Harry is Venom. Oh, hold on, I got the invite. Oh man. Send me invite request. I'll be more than happy to have y'all on the live. I did see somebody, but then they kind of just went out. I'm hoping Tom's Tech comes back. Just the final swing suit. What do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, just are you talking about like Tom the wingsuit? I believe they said you can have the wingsuit on all the suit. Like when it comes to like the symbiote and the wingsuit and all that, that's for all the suits. You could do that for all the suits.
Hey, what's good, everyone? Good afternoon or morning, or good evening, whatever one it is.
Good evening, good morning,
Yeah, bro.
day. So, what's your theories or whatnot? What you think is going to be going on in Spider-Man 2?
And I have to be honest, I really don't know. I haven't kept up with Spider-Man in several years, but it's really fun to join in and like get your guys' take on it to see if I would be interested in it. Like I feel like really cool about saying that or admitting like, bro, I really don't know. And I feel like a lot of people just don't admit that, if that makes sense.
No, I respect that. So you haven't played the first game?
No, it's been years. Like the last one I played was on PlayStation, and I can't even remember the name of it.
Oh,
Um,
you going way back. You going way back.
yeah, but bro, I haven't played video games in like such a long time, so it's like really fun to see. Like I haven't played the newest Batman Arkham. I haven't
Oh,
played any Spider-Man. I haven't played Marvel Legends. Yeah, I haven't played the last one I played was Injustice 2.
oh yeah. Man, you haven't even played the Arkham games, man. Man, I kind of wish I was you to be honest with you, because and whenever you play those games, it'd be like your first time playing it. So that's one thing I kind of wish I could do is just go back in time and replay these games for the first time.
I think it'd be really cool like to see the game. Are you on Twitch?
Uh, nah, nah. I tried to do it on TikTok, but it was a hassle. So I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll just do a live stream here. But I do have I do I did a full because I originally did the PS4 many years ago back in 2018 when it came out. I did a live stream of the full story and didn't touch it again. Then back last summer I did the remaster for PS5 and Miles Morales. I broke them down into parts, but yeah, the full game, the DLC, all the stories on my YouTube channel if y'all want to check that out. Also, Miles is on there as well. So if anybody needs to catch up on what happened and everything, so they're ready for Spider-Man 2. I mean, there's games that I don't even play that I'll just watch it for the story, like Last of Us. Well, I was playing through the first half of Last of Us, well, the second one, and then I got really aggravated with what happened in that story. So let me read the chat real quick. Let me attach myself to the wall. Because his death was set up dormant because of Green Goblin. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, would it be cool that Eddie's Brock was? See, I think it'd be cool if we see Eddie in a post credit scene, maybe setting him up. I mean, he could pop up. I mean, they could do what they did with Doc Ock and not really show him at all, like they did in the first game. Because they didn't show Doc Ock in the first game whatsoever in the trailers. So, I mean, Eddie could show up, but I don't see him being the final boss fight, though. I think that will be Harry. Something happens to Harry, and Norman will take up the Green Goblin mantle thing and go after Peter and Miles. There also was a theory we had earlier, the possible that Miles' love interest will be Gwen, and my theory is that the Gwen that shows up will have spider powers. They'll have another spider person in the game, which will be Spider-Woman. They probably won't have her in this game, but wouldn't it be cool if they did like a kind of like they did with Miles Morales, where they kind of slowly introduce Gwen into this game, and she gets spider powers, and then they do a spin-off game kind of like Miles versus Gwen. I think that would be dope. And then bring her back for the third game, and then have all three spider people in the game. I think that would be dope. You can have the trio. But yeah. Oh yeah, Miles versus Peter for sure. For sure. And that's going to be an interesting debate online too. Because it'll be interesting to see how they'll say who wins that fight. Oh crap. Oh, I remember now. Yep. Miles and Peter. Any more questions about or theories you guys got? Can y'all even hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Okay.
It would be cool, like since the developer said that we get to choose which Spider-Man we get to do for missions. Is if like I'm pretty sure it's a first said thing that we will get the Miles versus Peter, because I'm pretty sure Peter has to get the symbiote off somehow, and from comics and other games, like it's pretty awfully seen that Peter doesn't really want to take off the suit once it like fully corrupts him. But it would be cool, like during the fight, you get to pick which Spider-Man you get to choose, and like if you choose Miles, then you beat Peter, and then if you play as Peter, you get to that point where you almost kill Miles, but then he realizes what he's doing is wrong.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm kind of interested in seeing what online's going to look like when they drop the game, and that shows up with the whole Miles and Peter fight.
That's definitely going to be something big, because I think the way things are going is for the younger generation. I think Miles is going to end up being like the main Spider-Man, kind of like how for like DC, how there's Jay Garrick, uh, Alan Scott, like the older heroes, like those were like the main flagships back in the day. But then after a while, they kind of got pushed to the sideline. And I feel that's like in the next coming 10, 20 years, that's kind of how it's going to be for Peter Parker and Miles.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, like, yeah, recently Spider-Man has been doing okay in the comics, but I mean, Miles has really been the forerunner for the Spider-Man comics for the past 5 or 6, or even honestly since Secret Wars, to be honest with you. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. They got to bring in Jackal. See, I would be really interested in see what they do with Jackal, because Jackal, especially if anybody's read some of the '80s stuff when Spider-Man has a symbiote suit, that's a very interesting thing. That'd be really dope if they bring him in. Like I'm hoping they'll maybe bring in some of the Craven's Last Hunt into this game. That would be really cool. Like we actually see Peter, like they kind of like it's kind of they be like Peter dies and then he comes back because of the symbiote. That'd be cool. There's so much they can do with this game, and I know they're probably just going to do their own thing, which is cool, but yeah, I mean, I'm kind of interested to see after this game what the Spider-Man movies are going to do, because a lot of what they did in the first game, a lot of that took, like, a lot of the films took inspiration from the game going forward. I mean, I truly think when Aunt May died in the first game, that inspired them to do the same thing with Aunt May in No Way Home and some other stuff.
Yeah, 'cause not only that, I think the director did say that they used some of the fighting moves from the game in the movie for No Way Home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I did read that they are having like a little side gameplay story where they kind of hint at the Spider-Verse, which if people have read the comics, the PS4 or the Insomniac Spider-Man's already has been in the Spider-Verse. I think twice, I believe, or more actually. I think it wasn't too long ago it was 616 and the Insomniac Spider-Man through hands, which was kind of cool. I'm still upset though we're not able to go to the Statue of Liberty, Spider-Man 2. Kind of like they did in the second game, the movie game. Yeah. Also, Hobgoblin would be a cool, interesting. Morbius, I would love to see. I would love to see him. I think they probably could do something with that. But so far, the villains that are confirmed so far are Sandman, Mysterio, Rafe, what's his name? Prowler, and Venom, Kraven. I'd be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if they brought in the Spot. I would not be shocked at all, since his popularity is starting to really rise. But I'm kind of hoping also, like, they have like some of the world building, like they'll have cameos from other heroes, like Daredevil and some of the other heroes, because I think it's kind of weird that, Spider-Man's the only hero in New York City. Like, I mean, obviously he's not if you look for all the Easter eggs in the first game, but I would love to see maybe possibly, like, just show, like, on the TV a super, like, show, like, that's where they could do a cameo and setting up the Wolverine game, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see the kind of world building a little bit, because we know so much already. Yeah. Oh, the Punisher? I don't know. The Punisher. See, I would love them to do a Daredevil game. That would be crazy. But yeah. What would be funny if they had a side quest and the mob that killed? You gotta find out what happened. Well, this ain't Mafia. This ain't a Mafia game. This ain't Mafia 3. This ain't Mafia 3. Oh, Black Cat returning, yes. Yeah, I want to see some conflict between Peter, MJ, and Black Cat. Kind of like they did in the comics in the 80s. We don't talk about Mafia 3. We don't talk about Mafia 3. No. We don't talk about Mafia 3. Which would have been a good game, but it was just too repetitive, the whole don't even get me started. It was just too repetitive. Nothing compared to the second one and first one. Yeah, I know they're working on the fourth one. Why do I even start these fights? Come on now. I'm kind of also interested in seeing how far they go with the PS5 mechanics. 'Cause I know they're trying to use it to its full capacity, but I'm kind of interested in seeing what the remote's going to feel like in that game.
Mm-hmm. I
Like
think there's
he
only
goes
so
crazy
much.
with the symbiote.
I
Say what?
think there's only so much you can really do because, like in the past, I've had like friends and they always complain about the like for anything like they don't like rumble effects or anything, and then uh, correct me if I'm wrong because I don't really play on the PS5 that much, but a lot of games don't really use the touchpad, do they?
Some do, some do, some do.
Because I know when it first came out, like games with like Infamous and other games like that, like there was a lot of inclusion of the touchpad.
Yeah. Maybe because I know in Miles Morales they did use it a little bit for like searching in the app to fight crimes and whatnot, and I know they're going to use that again for Peter and Miles. So that's also what I'm interested about is their crime fighting stuff because let's talk about repetitive. Don't get me wrong, I love the first game, but they were super repetitive with the crime fighting. It was the same thing over and over again.
I mean, honestly, isn't Insomniac like pretty concurrent with that? Because with all the Arkham games, like, isn't every side quest basically to just go here, do this?
Well, Insomniac didn't do Arkham games. That was a Rocksteady. Well, the
Oh,
the
right, right.
original trilogy. What was it? What was it? Arkham Asylum City Origins was WB Montreal, the ones that made uh, the Gotham Knights. Which yeah, but yeah, I mean yeah, it was super. It was yeah, it was repetitive. But I don't hold that against them back then because I mean, it was you had PS3 for the first three, then you had PS4 for the Arkham Knight, which I still say to this day that it still looks beautiful and still it does,
Mhm.
which is sad because then you had Gotham Knights that uh, uh,
At least that wasn't the same universe, though.
say what?
At least that wasn't the same universe, though. I know the new Suicide Squad game is going to be part of the same universe.
Yeah. Yeah, Gotham Knights was okay. It wasn't. Now I will say, when it comes to the crime fighting of Gotham Knights, I think they did step up their game when it comes to all the other games. The crime fighting was a little bit more interesting, and they also had that different leveled game where you fight different levels of the henchmen and whatnot, and then you take on like Starro and whatnot, which was pretty dope. You can have other people join in and whatnot, but now in Zombie, now I'm all for the story mode stuff, but I think they really could benefit if they somehow, maybe in the third game, implemented the online thing, but not do anything with the story. Don't touch the story. Don't the gameplay, the main stuff. Don't touch, but like maybe like at the end of the game or on the side of the game, kind of like do with Call of Duty, is like have it a side thing where you can just do a multiplayer thing. I don't know. Maybe that's too much for a PS5.
I really wish I could say more about what I expect from Spider-Man, but to be completely honest, like other than the movies, I'm not really too educated on the comic going like comic wise.
Mm, yeah. Well, it's just anything, just speculation at this point. Because then when the game
Mhm.
comes out, I'm after playing the game. I don't know how long I'm going to be playing that game because I'm probably going to be playing that game a lot. But soon as I'm pretty much be like, okay, I'm kind of cool with the game, then I'm going to be doing a lot of deep dives and whatnot. What's this? What does this relate to? What was this inspired by? This, the Easter eggs and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But
the other thing is, I'm just kind of one of those guys that like I watched the initial like teaser and then the first trailer, and then like I just try to avoid it completely until release.
mm-hmm. Well, see, I'm not really like a gamer like that. Like I'll be playing, like I'll casually maybe once in a while play like Call of Duty or Gotham Knights or whatnot. And maybe new releases like the Star Wars stuff, but Spider-Man's like really the only one. Now God of War, I'll take time for, but other than that, but yeah, Spider-Man 2 is going to be peak. That is for sure. It can't flop. There's no way it's going to flop. If it flops, it just there's no way. I mean, it can't be any bad like they did with the Avengers. Now I think Guardians of the Galaxy game was super underrated for sure. But yeah, let's see. I think I might wrap it up here. But any last theories or whatnot for Spider-Man 2, or well, not theories, more of like predictions or things that you would like to see in the game at all? I'm asking the chat and everyone, so which is only one person, so. But yeah. Me personally, I'm just hoping for a Miles and Peter fight, and possibly Carnage, and also set up for Green Goblin, or might show up in this game, not sure. And yeah, just hoping for the best. Yep. I think I want to wrap it up here though. I gotta get going. But thanks to everyone that joined in the live stream and everyone in the chat. No thank you to the guy earlier, the creepo. And yeah, so I'm going to leave it there. I'll talk to y'all later. Also, one more thing. I know there's only one person here, but I'm going to upload it on YouTube. Is that this Friday we'll be doing a big old live stream. We're going to be talking about all 3 live action Spider-Mans, breaking it down versus like movies, and then accuracy of Spider-Man, and also a death battle as well. Because I love me some death battles. Yep.
All right, looking forward to it.
All righty. See y'all. I'll see y'all whenever.
See you, man.